The Metamorphosis, Part 4, Shadows of Resentment. As the weeks stretched on, the rhythm of the Samsa household changed. Where once Gregor had been the unquestioned provider, he was now the silent weight they carried. His father came home weary from long hours of unfamiliar labor. His mother's face grew paler from endless sewing, and Greta's youthful laughter faded beneath responsibility. At first, their patience held. They tiptoed past Gregor's door, spoke of him in whispers, and allowed Gret to manage his care. But the strain of survival began to sour their hearts. The meals brought to his room became less generous, more hurried. Sometimes they were left untouched for hours, as though forgotten. Gregor noticed the subtle changes. He saw how Greta's visits grew shorter, how her voice lost its warmth. She still tended to him, but the gentle curiosity of the early days gave way to irritation. Once, when he startled her by moving suddenly, she scolded him under her breath. The words stung, not because of what she said, but because they reminded him of the growing distance between them. His father's attitude hardened even more. No longer the weary, dependent man Gregor once knew, he carried himself with a stern authority. He avoided Gregor's room entirely, but Gregor could hear the tone of his voice. Harsh, impatient, dismissive. His mother alone seemed caught between fear and pity, occasionally pressing her ear to the door as if to listen, yet never daring to enter. The family began renting out a room to strangers, a quiet humiliation for Gregor, who had worked so hard to protect them from such need. The lodgers filled the home with heavy footsteps and muffled conversations, while Gregor was pushed further into the margins. For Gregor, the walls of his room seemed to close in tighter. He yearned for acknowledgement, for even a glance of kindness. Yet each time he tried to step closer to his family, they recoiled. Their shame grew too heavy, their patience too thin. The shadows of resentment deepened with each passing day. Gregor felt it in the hurried clatter of dishes, in the muffled sighs outside his door, in the silence that followed his every movement. The household was no longer his to support or belong to. He had become a secret they wished to forget, a reminder of a life they could not escape.